Hi, I'm Lucy and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to try something a little bit different, and I am going to have my daughter pick out some books that she thinks I will not like. So me and her are going to go to the library. She's going to have free reign and she's going to pick out some books that she thinks that I will not enjoy. So I have no idea what she's going to pick out. She's kind of quizzed me a little bit on things that I do and don't like, but overall she's just going to kind of go for it, and I am scared and terrified and excited to see all of what she ends up picking out. Ended up picking out 4 books that she thinks I either will not like or won't enjoy as much as some of the normal stuff I read. I am excited and terrified, and yeah, so she has picked out a few. She might be right about some of them, I don't know. I'm gonna go into all of them with the intention of trying to like it, or like expecting the best kind of thing, or hoping for the best, but yeah, I'm really supposed to be a fun way to like push myself, and also just a fun thing, and she kind of got to pick out books for me and torture me a little bit, I guess. So she picked out 4, and I did ask her reasons for why she picked each book, so some of them are kind of amusing reasons, but yeah. So first of all, she picked Ben Y and The Ghost in the Machine by K.A. Holt. She said that this reminds her of going back in time, and doesn't think I would like that very much. So yeah, I have never heard of this. Looks like it's all kind of written in verse, which I'm not opposed to, so I'm kind of hopeful for this, but yeah, I don't know. So, close the blurb. Ben Y's just about had it with school. Every corner she turns, she's being called Benita, getting dress coded by Mr. Man for some supposedly inappropriate item of clothing, or running into the ineffable, inescapable, indefinable Ace, who makes her feel weirdly seen and strangely at peace all at once. Even her best buds, Ben B, Jordan J, and Javier, the kids under the stairs, all seem far too content following the rules and making their school newspaper under the attentive direction of their beloved teacher, Miss J. And Holmes know better. Last year, Ben Y's older brother died, and the family is still very much learning how to cope. If by coping you mean coming home to cry at lunch, or secretly building a friendship bracelet empire, or obsessively visiting a chat room to talk to Benicio's ghost. But when Benicio suddenly starts typing back, Ben Y must act fast, hard, and now. What happens when all of those actions collide? Buried family feelings are exposed, and Ben Y's own deepest secrets become impossible to hide. So this actually sounds like something I might enjoy. So I'm kind of excited for this one, and yeah, curious to see kind of where it goes and what happens in it. So the next book she picked out for me is, I'm not super looking forward to this, and to be honest, I think she just picked this to be mean. She got the My Little Pony, the complete manga omnibus. And she said her reason for this was because it's something I would not pick out for myself. And she is right. This is, I think, probably the one I am the least excited to read of the 4 books that she's chosen for me. But, I'm gonna go do my best and give it a definite try, and yeah, go into it with some decent expectations. So yeah, that's the next one she picked for me. The next book she picked is What We Found in the Corn Maze and How It Saved a Dragon by Henry Clark. First of all, I think this cover looks super cute. The reason she picked out this book is because it reminds her of when me and her had went to the Corn Maze, and because she's never seen me read a book about a dragon, so she thought this would be something I wouldn't necessarily like, but I don't know, like, so an ordinary day turns extraordinary when 12-year-old Cal witnesses his neighbour, Modesty, summon a slew of lost coins without lifting a finger. Turns out she has a secret manual of magic spells, but they only work sometimes, and they're the most boring spells ever. To change the colour of a room, to repair a chimney, to walk up with stilts, to untangle yarn, useless. But when Cal, his friend Drew, and Modesty are suddenly transported to the world the spells come from, a world that's about to lose its last dragon, they'll have to find a way to use the oddly specific incantations to save the day, if only they can figure out when magic works. So that actually sounds kind of fun and kind of cute, so yeah, I'm not sure about that one. And the last book she picked out for me was The Unfinished Corner by Coleman, Petrovics, Koga, and Campbell. And this one is a graphic novel. And she picked this because she thinks I don't read many books with magic, and this is what she thought that would kind of be about. According to the blurb, this is Jewish mythology. Says that when God created the universe, a tiny corner of it was left unfinished. Opinion is divided on why, but everyone agrees that it's a dangerous place full of monsters. 12-year-old Miriam neither knows nor cares. She's too busy preparing for her bat mitzvah, wrestling with whether she even wants to be Jewish, until a peculiar angel appears, whisking her two best friends, and her worst frenemy off to this monstrous land with a single mission: finish the unfinished corner. So, yeah, this does kind of sound kind of fun. So I'm gonna definitely give this one a whirl, and I'm gonna see where it is. I'm kind of happy that she picked out two. Well, this was the graphic novel and then the manga. There's a lot in that manga, so yeah. So of the four, My Little Pony is definitely the one I am, least excited to read. But yeah, we're gonna do it anyway, so, because why not? So yeah, I am going to start with Ben Y, because it's written in verse, so it should be a pretty quick read. And yeah, I will probably just update at the end of the book, each book after I read it, rather than partway through. So yeah, I will finish this and then get back to you. So I'll see you in a bit. So 100 pages into Ben Y, and I have given up. I was pretty confident going into this one. I was like, I'm gonna really like this one. Like, it sounded, like the synopsis sounded kind of interesting, but I'm just really not enjoying it. Like, there's nothing that I'm enjoying. It's dry, and this one, not really for me, I guess. Which kind of sucks. Like, I really did want to, give it a bit more of get a bit further into it before I DNF'd. I mean, my goal was to not DNF at all, but I'm not gonna just read for the sake of reading also. So yeah, unfortunately this one is not
one that I'm going to continue with, and yeah, Kid was right. I did not enjoy this. Yeah, so it is what it is, and yeah, I couldn't even find anything to enjoy about it. I was just so, yeah. Maybe if I got a bit further than 100 pages, I might have started to, but honestly, like, I felt like I'd given it a good while, and, you know, just, yeah, just unfortunately, this one just isn't for me, so, yeah. Anyway, moving on, I'm going to start The Unfinished Corner, which is a graphic novel. It's mythological based, Jewish mythology, which I'm kind of intrigued with, so I'm hoping that I will kind of enjoy this one. I hope that was the last one too, so who knows. I think like this one should be pretty short though, and easy to read, so I'm pretty confident I will get through it at least, and yeah, I think I'll enjoy this one, probably, and yeah, so I'm going to get started on this, and I will see you when I am done. I finished The Unfinished Corner, and I loved this one. I really liked it. There is so much going on in this, but it was all really good. There's like Jewish mythology and lore and like there's angels and demons and all kinds of monsters, and it's a coming of age story as well. So it's girl Miriam is just getting ready to celebrate her bat mitzvah and to become, you know, a woman, and she and her friends end up going on a quest to finish the unfinished corner of the world. So it's like so God created all of the world except for a tiny little corner that was unfinished, and that's where all of the monsters and things hide away so that they can't be seen. So a rabbi tricks, basically holds an art contest, tricks them into, well, they win, and takes them on like a school field trip, and they end up on a quest to finish the unfinished corner. There's a whole bunch of obstacles to get through on the way, and a whole bunch of different characters and like challenges that they have to complete to be able to get further in their quest. And yeah, I really enjoyed this. There's so much going on, but it was really good. Yeah, so I really liked it. And I have to say, like, also, like, the artwork is beautiful as well, and just so much is like, yeah, I really enjoyed this one. So yeah, this was one of the books that my daughter chose for me to read, thinking I wouldn't like it, and I actually did, so I'm happy about that. So yeah, I really loved this. Yeah, there was a lot that I didn't know or hadn't heard of before, so there was a lot that I had to kind of like look up to get a little bit more information about. So that was cool too. Like, yeah, I just really enjoyed this, and just the story in and of itself, and the quest in and of itself was, you know, it was good. Like, all of the, you know, the kids
had like different like personal things to work through as well. And Miriam was kind of struggling with the idea that she had to become an adult, or that she was about to be an adult. Didn't really know, who she was, never mind having to do these things or anything, because she just didn't feel ready, nor did she like really truly know who she is. So she basically had to work through that as well while on the quest, and then the others had like things to work through as well, and just all of them kind of searching within themselves and finding that they're all more capable of achieving things than they realize, and also that working together is what makes them stronger, and that they all have different unique abilities and skills, and just like every single one of them played an important part in the quest, just in like different ways and in different stages, and yeah, so yeah, there was just a lot to unpack and to enjoy and just absorb as well. So yeah, pleasantly surprised by this one. Yes. So yeah. Next book that I'm going to read is the My Little Pony manga. I'm gonna read this one next because honestly I think this one is the one I will like the least of the 4 books that my daughter picked out for me, and that's after DNFing 1 that I'm still saying this. I'm still not super optimistic. This is like a bind up of the complete manga omnibus. I'm not promising I will read every single story in here. I might limit it to just a couple of them. So we will see. I will read at least one for sure, and then see how it goes. So yes, committing to one of the stories in this, and then if it's not too terrible, I will keep going, and if I'm really not enjoying it, then I will just stop at the 1. So yeah, I will read at least the first story and get back to you, and then if I decide to read another one from it, then I will kind of update between stories. So I will see you in a bit. Alright, so I actually finished My Little Pony manga, and surprisingly it wasn't nearly as unenjoyable as I expected. It was a lot better than I anticipated, actually. The stories are cute, and most of them had kind of like a little bit of like a moral, or like a lesson learned at the end of it. So it was cute, you know. It was in similar vein to the TV show, which that's why my daughter picked this book for me. She loves, or did love, the show, and so I had seen quite a few episodes with her and stuff, and so the vibe really did kind of continue on in here, or it was maintained. So yeah, not completely awful, definitely not as bad as I thought it might be. Yeah, so pleasantly surprised. I actually ended up reading all of it. It was a really quick read. Each kind of page was just like a different like comic strip type of a thing, and then they all, like, a few of those would make up like a chapter, so like basically a volume. So yeah, a quick easy read. It was not terrible, and yeah, I got through it pretty quick actually, so
that was nice too. And yeah, I did not have high hopes going into this. I wasn't sure that I was gonna like it at all. Like, it was the one I was looking forward to the least, so I'm pleasantly surprised that it ended up being, you know, one that I liked a fair bit. Probably wouldn't choose to read it again, nor would I actively like seek out more My Little Pony books. But yeah, not too sad that I read it. And yeah, so I guess my daughter didn't actually win on this one, so that's kind of cool too. I think she'll be pretty happy when I tell her that I actually did quite like it. Even though, like, you know, she definitely picked this one out, I think, to be mean. Because she definitely didn't think I was gonna like it. But yeah, so that was My Little Pony. And I will also say, I really like, cool thing about this is, like, at the back there's a whole bunch of like sketch gallery pages, so you can like learn how to draw a whole bunch of the characters. And yeah, I don't think we'll like draw them, but I'm gonna blow up some of these pictures and copies, and then we can have some like coloring pages, so that'll be kind of cool too. The kid will definitely like that. And then yeah, so I do like that little feature just at the back there, just all of the, like, you got a whole bunch of the characters. And, yeah, Rainbow Dash was always my favorite in the show, so yeah, kind of. So yeah, not hugely disappointed by this at all, like, and actually pleasantly surprised, so that's a good deal, I think. Right, and so the final book that my daughter chose for this video is What We Found in the Corn Maze and How It Saved a Dragon by Henry Clark. So when she picked this, when I asked her why she picked this for me, she said it was because it reminded her of a trip that we took to the local corn maze here, and we'd gotten a bit lost in it, and that was why she picked it, because it brought back a memory, and I could remember that too. Funnily enough, we both enjoyed that outing, so I'm not really sure why she thinks that means I would like not like a book about a corn maze, but yeah, that was her reason, so I'm not going to question it. And then she also said because I don't really read a lot of books about dragons, which is true. Like, I'm not a big fantasy reader. I keep trying, and I'm pretty much coming to terms with the fact that I may never be a hardcore fantasy reader, which is, you know, that's fine. Like, it's just not my genre. And yeah, so I am excited to give this a whirl. It looks kind of cute. So I think it might be a quick, kind of an easy read, and I'm hopeful that I will like this one. Yeah, so far I'm I've liked 2 of the books and DNF'd one of them, so far I'm going pretty strong on these, actually. Yeah, so I will read this one and get back with an update after I am finished with it. Okay, so I have finished What We Found in the Corn Maze and How It Saved a Dragon, and I really ended up quite liking this one, actually. It was super cute, and it was a fun, magical kind of a book. I loved the main character, Carl. He was funny and had a great sense of humor, and I loved reading about it. I loved reading his humor, and it was great.
yeah, so those it's also, as well as all that, it's also kind of a look at like the small family run farms and like the problems they face against like the big kind of corporate agriculture like companies, and how smaller farms can struggle. And so that part was kind of cool, was interesting too. And the inner like farm girl part of me really liked that part. And it was like definitely something I could kind of relate to from that sense. So it was basically Calvin, his small family farm, is struggling to get by, to make ends meet, and they've received an offer from a corporate, like a massive chain, like agricultural chain, to buy out the farm. And the dad is like considering it because they are not sure that they're going to make the season. Like they are hugely dependent on whether or not it rains, and if it rains too much, then they're not going to make any profit. So they're really kind of struggling. And then yeah, so then then the kind of the magical elements kind of weaved in from there. And yeah, I actually really enjoyed this. Yeah, it was really cute, but it was deep in parts too, which was lovely. And yeah, I really, really definitely enjoyed this one. So, pretty pleased that I read it, and yeah, another one that kid picked that I ended up liking. So far I've been pretty successful with this video, I think, and I have, I guess, proven her wrong. So as kind of a recap, I ended up really enjoying Unfinished Corner and What We Found in the Corn Maze and How It Saved a Dragon. I kind of, sort of, more than I expected, liked My Little Pony, and I ended up DNFing Ben White and the Ghost in the Machine. This one just ended up not appealing to me, and I just didn't want to finish it, so I didn't. So ultimately, 3 of the 4 that she thought I wasn't gonna like, I ended up liking. So yeah, that was kind of fun. I definitely want to do some more of these kinds of videos. I want to do one where she picks out books that she thinks I will love, and then we'll probably do some more rounds of ones she thinks I won't like, because it was pretty funny getting her to pick, seeing her pick out things that she knew or thought would torture me a little bit. So yeah, definitely want to do another one of these, and yeah, and then do one with, at least one with books that she thinks I will love. I also want to do like some where I read like her favorite book series and things like that as well. So, and yeah, have her recommend some books to me and that she thinks I may like, or thinks that I should read, I guess. So lots of ideas going on in my mind. So we'll just see kind of, I don't know, I guess what order it all ends up in. I do try to have a new video up every Friday, So if you did enjoy watching this video, please check out my others and keep an eye out for the new ones. And yeah, thank you so much for watching and have a good night.